Come with me, feel the plot of your constituents. Sorry about the what seems to be pixel width variation. I'm sure it'll look fine when you're looking at it on your computer screen. There's only so much I can do to make it feel like it is the 4x3 experience. The cool thing is, if you have the black borders, if you're watching on widescreen, it just looks like you really are just looking at an arcade machine. And you just shove something in the right or left of the thing. Which I probably could have done with the thumbnails. I decided not to. Oh man, 2 telephone lines. Actually, why are there sparks on my sailboat? Are we trying to, like, send a telegram or some crap? I don't know. This ship is far too big for Marios like me. Oh my god! Well, that's what that looks like. Holy crap, man. I've been electrocuted to death. Mario vulnerable to electric type attacks confirmed. And fire type attacks. Engine just falling. So maybe ground type attacks? Who knows? Would Mario as a Pokemon be like normal fire or normal flying? If you can call jumping really high flying. Well, then any jumping Pokemon could be considered normal flying, but not really. Normal flying just means birds. But what about pure flying? Does that ever happen? Pure flying. No, it's always a secondary thing. Wee. Ah, yes. Does anyone carry those kinds of hats around anyway? I don't see Pauline wearing it. What would you like to wear? To the place that you go where you're kidnapped. On a pirate ship, maybe. No, there's just various transports Donkey Kong's taking to go to other places. You get a hint of what's going on in World 4, actually. As to what the hell's going on in this game. In terms of, like, a plot. But it's less a plot and more like Donkey Kong's plans. So to speak. I mean, he's just planning to get as, you know, high and far away as possible, so, yeah. If you could just isolate and not really antagonize Mario, or just like do it while he's asleep and not noticing, maybe everything would be okay. And if he just didn't stand still. Sometimes Donkey Kong really is just standing still. Yeah, like, is there a point when Donkey Kong doesn't stand still unless he's just running to the next door? I don't know what graphical artifacts I'm dealing with right now. I can't even tell you if that's a consequence of how I'm making this run, or if Super Game Boy 2 is like this. I can't really say. The tortoises come together. And then we bring the platforms from side to side. Swing your arms in that direction. That's how one does do the Mario, in fact. According to a dance I learned on an ancient Mario cartoon. Doing the Mario. It's not what you think. It's just run until you can no longer run. Just grab this thing. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a handbag. I've decided handbag is probably the most appropriate way to consider that object. Yeah. Like and subscribe if you agree. Don't like and subscribe. Even if you do agree. Agreeing is not relevant to whether you like or subscribe. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to trick you into doing something just because you like me. Nah, man. Like, watch all the things, don't have to comment on all the things. Maybe like all the things, but I understand that viewers have a limited amount of likes to go around. Like everyone does, actually. So, over time, the oldest likes you have should probably just be shoved elsewhere. No, really. I don't know what the deal with that is, because I feel like there's no reason why we can't have, well, millions of likes to give out. Or at least as many likes as there are people, right? It's not even a big thing to store either, it's just, like, link storage. Which is not really much to store in the first place. They're all like little tiny maybe it just adds up. I don't know. Also, at a certain point, if you have like a likes playlist, you know, it's gonna fail to render at a certain level, like 2,000 maybe. I'm hoping neither playlist of mine ever hits like the triple-digit mark. So I'm gonna have to defy doing RPGs for that reason alone. Or anything that's got like 100 levels and you want 100 videos, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. So none of those 100 level CDs you see around on the ancient webs of the 90s. Of the ship of Theseus. We put things together and we say, is it really the same ship? It's kind of like with companies. You take people out of the company and put others back in. It's like, is it the same company? Same with sports teams, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of the team. It's like, what about the people that move from team to team? So I end up being a fan of like individual athletes rather than the whole team they work for. But that introduces a different problem where there's like hero worship and you're just like, oh yeah, only the one person is important. But I guess you just have to understand the makeup of conglomerations of people as opposed to just treating the conglomeration itself as a single person, which you don't want to do unless you're some weird lawmaker that wants to set a precedent of being stupid for the sake of I don't know what. I really don't know what the sake is. Was there anything behind it? And is vegetable a pizza? I don't know, but maybe vegetable is a fruit. I wonder if that ruling still is. I mean, pizza being a vegetable. Where is that ruling? I need to know. I haven't heard about it in so long. I'm going to assume it's just a joke now. The question is the internet still a series of tubes? I don't know. People don't give the military enough credit for, like, inventing the internet. But then it's like, who took it from them? Who hurt you? It was me, Donkey Kong. I hurt him. This stubborn monkey, as translated by the donkey. Oh, hey, you remember, like, the legal suit between Donkey Kong and King Kong? So it was like Nintendo versus Universal? That was an interesting lawsuit. It's just like, yeah. You were suing him because it was named Kong, and he kind of climbs up. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. A gorilla that climbs that is named Kong. Well, Kong is a very, very standard name for a monkey. So, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like how, more recently to that, you have King, the company name, is just King, as in you drop this King, wanting to copyright just the word candy. Like, no. No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. There he is. Now you see what's going on with this game. That looks like a lighthouse way in the back, but no. That's where we're going to end up much, much later at the end of the game. There's like a big tower there. You might see in the background sometimes as it gets like closer and closer. I don't know the mysteries of how that tower even works or what it was built for. But for my purposes, I'm gonna assume that it's like the Tower of Babel or something. Where it's just like it was built so close to get to heaven, then it was just like destroyed, you know, that mythos. So next time we're going to the jungle, where Donkey Kong should feel comfortable by this point.